Braves Country. I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show Braves Country today just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Lineup for Braves Country by DM Magee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning. ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to Eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024.
You're in Braves country.
Spencer, a tough second inning, but there's obviously some positives you can take away from it. What do you think about his second outing?
A lot of strikes, kid that's learning. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of, he doesn't have a lot to fall back on yet, but the stuff is good. He threw a lot of strikes, got hurt with some 2-strike, probably, got too much of the plate. But he competes really well. Stuff's good. And there's a lot of upside there. It's just, like I say, he didn't have a whole lot of, to draw back on experience-wise.
Obviously, Pavetta had a really good game, but what did you see from your guys?
He was on the attack. He's like he's on a mission, and he's moving his fastball around. Secondary stuff was really good. He was working quick, throwing strikes, and we just couldn't do anything with him.
Schwellenbach, I know that Devers' home run is like below the zone. He seemed to have a couple locations that maybe on a different day wouldn't have been the outcomes that they were.
No, and that's usually what it is. When somebody, because his stuff's good. He's got a good assortment. It's good. His fastball's really good. Change, everything is really good, I think. But it's just, and that wasn't all that bad a pitch, I didn't think. It's a pretty good hitter. That, he kind of just, went down, got it. It's just, he'll learn. He's going to take away something useful from every outing that he has.
Some young pitchers can get rattled in tough games like this. What was his composure like on the mound and then after the game?
Yeah, no, that's probably the thing that impresses me the most with that kid. I think he handles the situations. He doesn't seem to get sped up. It's kind of an intimidating place to come and pitch. And but I really, that's, like I say, what's one of the impressive things in his first outing and this one. He didn't look like the game sped up. It was just more, command issues or whatever. But and after the game, he's good. I think, I said, there's a lot of upside, and the intangible is going to be one of his strengths.
Does it feel like, in terms of stringing together these good offensive games, just kind of been tough to get a little untracked here the last month or so?
Yeah, has. I mean, he's had a hard time, doing that. But you know what? It's kind of what it's all about. I mean, we're going to keep working, and we got to move this thing to another city and try and win a series.
But we see these signs of life. Do you think you guys are closer now than maybe, a month ago, or when we look at this thing?
Individually, team-wise, everything, yeah. Yeah, I really do. I think, I've said, our best baseball's ahead of us.
Have you had the chance to assess maybe where Kelnick is at after that?
He's fine. He could have hit. After Devers hit the other homer, then I just didn't feel like it was. I just told George, I said, get him in there and treat him up. He checked out all the strength things. George put him through the whole battery of tests, and everything was good. He didn't have a lot of pain. He taped him up, but I just didn't see any point in having that at bat. But he'll be fine.
You see scary when outfielders look like that. You've seen a few of them. How concerned were you?
No, very much so. It was a young kid the other day came in and broke his wrist on a play similar to that. And anytime they leave their feet like that, I didn't know if it was a wrist, shoulder, or whatever, but it can be, he's a very aggressive, really good outfielder, and he's on the attack when he's out there. So I feel like we probably dodged a bullet right here.
Yeah, the Red Sox had, kid is the right word, a guy who spent like 10 years in the minors, got his first big league hit. How much can you appreciate that from the other dugout?
I don't know. It's really cool when a kid that's worked his way up and went through everything and the grind of, the minor league baseball as I well know it. And, I'm always happy for a person like that when they are a player like that, when they get that first hit. And I know his family was probably here, and girlfriend, wife, whatever, and good for him.
Welcome in, Braves Country. Wanted y'all to hear what Brian Snitker had to say after Game 2. A loss in Boston, and we all know it was a terrible loss. There's no way to put a pretty picture on that one. But we move on, and we did split the series, so that is the silver lining I'm taking away from it. We split the series. You just hate the fact, to me, the more aggravating thing more than anything else is the fact on a day when the wind was blowing out, and it was obviously blowing out because Boston was getting into some balls. Our offense once again just sputtered, and they almost look lackadaisical at times. They look like they're kind of going through the motions. I don't really believe that's what it is, but it's the feeling you get when you see these really quick at bats, and these bats when you're looking at these games and you're saying to yourself, all right, what in the heck is going on? Because you got guys who are swinging on the first pitch. And when guys are struggling, you need to see more pitches. And it's so that part's really frustrating. One thing we can take away from it. So I saw hadn't even really thought about it, but I saw I guess in some ways it could be called, well, you know what, I'll just call it a picture. I saw a photo that came up yesterday or the day before. I was either last night or this morning, and it was pointing out how well the American League Central was playing, the fact that they had 4 teams above 500. But if you look at the National League, there's only 4 teams, including your Atlanta Braves, that are above 500. It's the 3 division leaders and the Atlanta Braves. That's it. That's the list. It's the Dodgers, it's the Brewers, the Phillies, and the Braves. Everyone else is below 500. which tells you how big of a lead you got because we're 9 games over 500. And so with that being said, we're in a good place as far as the big picture of the season. And I don't think it's that critical to go out and win the division. Now, you still want to keep plugging along, and if somehow you do win the division, that's great. But they're 8 games back. They're also 8 games in front of Washington. What you really have to start focusing on is the wild card and where you sit in the wild card. Because at this point in the season, I mean, we are just, about a dozen games away from being halfway through the season? And you got to start looking at big picture. And the big picture to me would be where we sit in the wild card standings, and that's what we'll start focusing on the games until it gets much closer. We talked about this the other day, but until the division race gets much closer, I don't see the point of worrying about the division when you know that if you can continue to hold your own, you're going to host the wild card. If you host the wild card, you give yourself a very good chance of going on the next round and maybe not taking those days off like we've had the last couple of years and being kind of rusty. Maybe that'll benefit us. Right now, as it sits, we would be hosting the Chicago Cubs in the first round. San Diego would be playing the Brewers. And then the winner of our series, because they have not fixed it yet, the winner of our series would go and play Philadelphia. What you don't like about that is Philadelphia is going to have a home field advantage. But hey, I feel like you're going to have to learn to win the damn game on the road in Philadelphia anyways. So I don't hate where we're at, 4.5 in front of Chicago. But you want to see them start playing better. You just want to see them get on one of those runs that they're known to get into the middle of the summer, June and July. All right, we're going to take a quick break, step away, pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves on this Veterans Day as we are getting set. Not Veterans Day, excuse me, D-Day, excuse me. As we are getting set for Raylo and company. We will be back in a flash.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch, and it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same 3 criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high, and deep down the right field line. It's going back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, but 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. A banger, and she's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing second base, it's Ozzie Albies. 4 home runs, 29 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .272. Austin Riley batting second, playing third. A .232 average, 3 home runs, and 19 RBI. Your designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. Make sure to vote for Marcell in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game today. He has 17 home runs, 53 RBI, and a .309 clip. Matt Olson, batting cleanup and playing first. 9 home runs, 33 RBI, batting .234. Adam Duvall is in left field with 5 home runs, 15 RBI, and a .191 average. Sean Murphy is back behind home plate. Everything A-OK with Murph's arm. 3 RBI, batting .182. Michael Harris II will be patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. He has 5 home runs, 19 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .254. Batting 8th and playing short, Orlando Arcia. The Magic Kingdom has 6 home runs, 21 RBI, batting .231. And in right field and batting 9th, it's Brian Anderson. Anderson just has 1 at-bat on the season. He's 0 for 1. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronaldo Lopez. Ray Lowe comes in with a 3-2 record, a 1.73 ERA, a 1.08 whip. 57 and a third innings pitched, and 55 strikeouts versus 42 hits allowed, 20 walks, and 2 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Mitchell Parker. He's 4-3, and the southpaw comes in with a 3.6 ERA. A 1.14 whip, 50 innings pitched, 45 hits allowed, 43 strikeouts, 12 walks, and 5 home runs served. Leading off and playing shortstop for the Washington Nationals, it's C.J. Abrams. 9 home runs, 26 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .246. Lane Thomas batting second, playing right. 3 home runs, 15 RBI, 15 stolen bases, batting .205. Jesse Winker batting third, playing left. 6 homers, 28 RBI, 11 stolen bases, batting .250. Garcia is at second and batting cleanup with 5 home runs, 26 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .266. Ruiz is behind home plate and batting .201 with 3 home runs, 13 RBI, 1 stolen base. Joey Meneses is the designated hitter with 2 home runs, 30 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .236. Joey Gallo playing first, batting 7th. 5 home runs, 11 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .164. And Nick Senzel is at third with 5 homers, 13 RBI, batting .236. Young is in center field and batting 9th. He has a .283 average, 16 RBI, and 17 stolen bases. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate today, it's Adam Beck. First base umpire, Tom Hanahan. Second base will be manned by Jason Visconti, and down the third base line, it's Andy Fletcher. Atlanta Braves come in 34-25 on the year, 15-13 on the road, 9 above 500. Washington Nationals 27-34, 10-16 at home. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 190 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. We would like to take this time to honor those brave soldiers who gave all on D-Day 80 years ago today. Braves Country Radio will take a moment of silence before we begin. Big thanks to all the men and women who have served and continue to serve today. As we get set, we try to honor those that gave all on this 80th anniversary of such a significant battle in World War II. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves Nats, Game 1 of a 4-game series in your nation's capital. Tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday afternoon, all right here on Braves Country Radio. Sunday is the family chat day as we will wrap up the series in Washington. Tonight we've got the Ray Lowe emojis kicking for Ronaldo Lopez. Warm up those chop arms, country club members, and get your game face on, Braves Country.
Get this bus moving.
Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. We'll hit the roll call here in a second. But yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is swung on and lifted high and deep into center field. It's going to be a lazy fly ball for the out number one. Braves nothing, Nationals nothing. Good evening, Country Club members. We see Charlie in the chat. Goat Country Club member Nathaniel. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley from Mitchell Parker's high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Gary McCoy, Robert, all Country Club members in the chat. Also in Braves country, we've got Hussein, John, AY, David, Daniel, Timothy, Justin, Jeremy. The pitch on the way to Austin Riley is swung on and popped up high in the sky. It's going to be another lazy fly ball into center field. 2 up, 2 down. F8 in your scorecard on both accounts. So 2 down. Good evening, Justin. Travis. Good evening, Country Club member Edward Spry. Braves are wearing their classic road grays top to bottom. Atlanta on the chest. Tomahawk underneath. Outlined in navy. Atlanta in red. Numbers in red. The first pitch to Ozuna is down and in for a ball. Curveball misses. It's 1-0. Braves will be wearing their dark blue navy caps with the A on the front. White A. Parker. Pitch to Ozuna. Down and in. Misses. Ball 2, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Lefty righty Parker. Comes set. Kicks and fires, swung on, chopped towards the third base side. It's 2-1. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Game 1 of a 4-game series. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday at 1:30. The pitch on the way to Ozuna scalded down the left field line, but plenty foul. We'll do it again, 1-2. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of folks in the stands. They could be filing in late. With it being Washington, D.C., might be a heck of a time to try to get over to the stadium at 6:45 first pitch. The 1-2 to Big Zoo, swung on, chopped foul again. We'll do it again. So a 1-2 count. Lefty, righty. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Braves 3 up, 3 down. Raylo will come to the plate when we come back.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. All throughout the show, we're going to be sharing things from from not just D-Day, but from World War II, and a couple of songs that we've downloaded as well. Welcome to the Country Club TN Volume 9er. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Via Charlie, welcome in. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Raylo steps on the mound with a 3-2 record, 1.73 ERA and a 1.08 whip. First pitch on the way from Raylo is swung on and fouled off out of play to C.J. Abrams. It's 0-1. Most of the folks on the Washington roster have not seen Ronaldo Lopez. He spent most of his career in the American League, and he did not pitch the last go-around. The 0-1 swung on and fouled out of play. It's 0-2. As far as Mitchell Parker, we saw Mitchell Parker last week. Mitchell Parker pitched a pretty good game, 6 1/3, 3 earned against the Braves. The 0-2, swing and a miss over the top, strike 3. Raylo gets himself his first strikeout, 1 away. Good pitch by Lopez. You'll see a four-seamer, a slider, a change, a curve. He uses the four-seam 56% of the time and the slider 31%. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball, swung on, lifted high into center field, drifting in. Making the catch is Michael the Hawk Harris. 1 down, Lane Thomas retired. That's a big out. Lane Thomas has absolutely brutalized Braves pitching over the last few years. 2 down, and Jesse Winker comes to the plate. Winker, OPS of 756. First pitch on the way from Lopez to Winker. Up top for a strike, it's 0-1. Was noticing today that the Braves social media, as the curveball misses high and out of the zone, 1-1. They are really trying to push all the guys that made the All-Star game last year, and this is the funniest one, is the 1-1 swing, and that ball's hammered into right field. It's an atom ball. Brian Anderson, the right fielder, newly acquired, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the top of the second, middle of the order, due up for your Atlanta Braves.
Hey, I know y'all do stuff different in Africa, but this ain't gonna fly in my American church. A South African pastor who claims to heal people by farting in their face claims he farts the Holy Spirit. Ain't no way. First of all, if you fart the Holy Spirit, I fart cash register sounds. Can't believe y'all letting that man sit down on y'all face. Y'all ain't scared of mist? Yeah, it goes through cotton. You can't even really see it. It's like a spooky dookie. Our people don't think. Not every day is gonna be a fart. But I can't see how y'all let him sit on your face after 2 or 3 sermons. You know you sweat on the pulpit. Now you smell like Holy Ghost nuts.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
You're out of luck, because that's like all I got, dude. I'm like 95% cringe, and then it stops because I didn't have enough to get 100%. So it's just cringe, and that's all. Embrace the cringe!
The New York Yankees' first game was in Chicago.
The remarkable part was we go out there, and in the stands you see We Love New York, and we're in Chicago, and you know that, you know, in Boston they were playing New York, New York. That type of stuff just gave you goosebumps when you realize that, it was just a country coming together. And our baseball was there to distract the people from, thinking about the horrors that just went on.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way for Mitchell Parker to Matt Olson, is right there at the inner cut for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Parker only threw 9 pitches in that first inning. The 0-1, rocks and fires. Fastball gives him the outer edge. 0-2. It's going to be a hard combination to beat when he's getting the inside and the outside. But an 0-2 count to Olson. Standing on deck is Duvall. Murphy, who is back, is in the hole. The 0-2. In the dirt. Slider, hard slider in the dirt. 1-2. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Top of the second inning. The 1-2 from Mitchell Parker. Kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by him. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. About letter high, 1 away. You'll notice Parker, kind of a slow delivery, almost a delayed delivery. And he brings it, but he's trying to set you up with his soft stuff. Makes that 91, 92-mile-an-hour fastball look like it's mid-90s. Adam Duvall comes to the plate. Lefty-righty, first pitch on the way. 93 up top, it's 1-0. These two teams, 6:45 tonight, 6:45 tomorrow night. And then it's a 4:05 on Saturday, the 1-0. Swung on, belted down the third base side, but plenty foul up against the tarps. The ball girl will toss it into the stands for a souvenir. 1-1. Got other games going on tonight along with the NBA Finals. We'll keep you in the loop on the scores as the game rolls along. The 1-1 pitch right there at the knees. We'll take it. Look like a strike, 2-1. Your home plate umpire tonight is Adam Beck. He does tend to call things more east and west than north and south. The 2-1-2 Duvall. Swing, pops it up. Should be an easy can of corn over towards second. Making the play is Garcia, 2 down. We got the big 4 on the bump this weekend. We've got Raylo tonight, Chris Sale tomorrow night, Charlie on on Saturday, and Sunday it'll be Max Fried. And it does appear, as we have Monday off, it does appear, as the first pitch on the way to Murphy is 92 right down the pipe, about belt high for a strike. It's 0-1. It does appear that Schwellenbach is going to get the ball one more time Tuesday in Baltimore. Of course, that's kind of a rough place to have your last chance. The 0-1, swatted foul down the first base side. Plenty foul, 0-2. You could see a situation where we talked about this yesterday, where they start him on Tuesday and then bring somebody up on Wednesday and give everybody else an extra day of rest. The 0-2 from Parker. Swing, and that ball's laced over towards right field. Second baseman's going to run over there, grab it, spin around. He's got plenty of time. The slow-running Murph is out 4-3, and that'll end the inning. Another 3 up, 3 down. We will be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Playing a little patriotic stuff for you tonight between the breaks from time to time, celebrating D-Day. 80 years ago today, Raylo goes back to work. The first pitch on the way is a check swing, swing. Foul, it's 0-1. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Look like we got another country club member. Curveball in the dirt, it's 0-2. As far as Raylo's concerned, this year we've seen 56% of his pitches have been the four seam is the 0-2. Curveball down and in, 1-2. 31% the slider, the curve 11%, and then just every once in a while he'll toss the change up there at 2%. But it seems like he's thrown the curve much more tonight, the 0-2. Swing, fists it high into left field. Should be an easy play. Duvall making the catch. One away. I was a little surprised to see that Anderson's playing right and Duvall left. More familiar with Anderson playing third base when he was with the Marlins. But they must trust his arm quite a bit for him to be out there, so maybe we'll see it on display. Righty-lefty matchup now. Once again, first pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball. It's high and out of the zone to Ruiz, the hind catcher. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Fastball, 95 outer edge, 1-1. I would expect a fairly low-scoring game tonight. Both these pitchers pretty darn good pitchers, and the Braves back into their bullpens rested, and Washington lost in a laugher yesterday to the Mets, but they were able to save their bullpen as well. The 1-1 high into right field. Ozzie Albies drifting back, trying to make a catch over his shoulder. That was an awkward attempt. It'll fall for a base hit. I don't think Ozzie really knew where that was. He was heading straight back to right, and it really curled over his left shoulder. He tried to just flip his glove out there and hope for the best at the end. The outfielders had no chance. They were playing so far back. The 1-on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second, scoreless tie. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup, the pitch. Meneses takes the 0-1 inside. It's 0-2. Joey Meneses batting .236 with a .601 OPS. Lopez, 16 pitches into the evening. You'd love a double play here. The 0-2. Swing, and fouls that into the right field stands. Down the right field side, well out of play. The 0-2. Braves come into tonight 4.5 games in front of the Cubs for the final wild card spot. Lopez flips it over to first to keep the runner close by. They are 5 games in front of the last wild card spot, the Padres, and 5.5 in front of the Cardinals, who are on the outside looking in. The 0-2. High and out of the zone, 1-2. The rest of that wild card looks like this. Teams trying to catch the Padres. Cardinals a half game out. The Giants and Pirates both a game out. Diamondbacks and Reds 1.5 out. And the Nationals just 3 out. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 96 right in his kitchen, baby. Raylo 2 away. Ronaldo Lopez 2 strikeouts. Seems to be having that fastball really working. Out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. We're a couple of games earlier today. Blue Jays outlasted The Orioles 6-5. The first pitch on the way from Lopez to Gallo is a slider off the edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Mariners and Brian Wu shut out the A's 3-0. That kid is, man, I was watching a bit of that game getting ready for this one. That kid is something else. Royals 4-3 over the Guardians. Is the 0-1. Off the plate wide, 1-1. Royals came back from that one. Guardians led 3-1. Ramirez hit another home run. 1 on, 2 out, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, pulled the string on that changeup off the edge. 86 miles an hour, it's 1-2. Right now, you got the Dodgers leading the Pirates 4-0. Top of the second. Twins and Yankees, they are scoreless. They just got going in the first. The 1-2. 95 out wide, 2-2. About to begin are the Cubs and Reds in Cincinnati. Rockies and Cardinals, 7:45. Red Sox, White Sox, 8:10. And the Padres host the Diamondbacks at 9:40. And that's your out-of-town scoreboard. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Tried to get him to chase that slider again. Full count. So a full count. Righty, lefty. The pitch on the way. Fastball looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that'll end the inning. Braves, nothing. Nationals, nothing. We'll be back in a flash as the Braves grab the bats here in Washington.
Hey, does anybody else get anxiety pulling up to new places not knowing the parking situation? Or is it just me?
I did not notice the number was on that on the stomach side. I did that.
What do you mean?
The number down. I didn't notice.
But you didn't know that there was a number there?
Yeah. I haven't noticed all spring.
Keith.
I forget it. Don't pay attention to me. We didn't have a number down there when I played.
Yeah, you did.
We did? No.
Oh, yeah.
Really? I know we have a number on our backs.
Is my wife the only person that won't let their significant other fart into
We are not having this discussion again.
their butt?
That is not a normal thing, and the fact that you ask me that almost every night is so not normal.
Is it also weird that I want to do that just once? It's like CPR for butts.
That's not A.
It's butt
true.
CPR.
And B,
I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy for a relationship.
I disagree.
She also won't let me exhale out of my nose into her nose.
This is such a weird
upside
thing.
down.
That's because that's carbon dioxide going straight into my body. You
Like-
exhale carbon dioxide.
like-
I don't inhale carbon dioxide. I inhale oxygen to breathe and live. You know the other thing I won't let you do is pee between my legs while I'm sitting on the toilet. Things that you know
That's a
doesn't need
normal
to know.
thing.
That's abnormal.
It is.
In the 60s, I was in college and in graduate school, and baseball didn't have the vitality for me that the civil rights movement did. I got very active, and somehow the events of the world became so important that I didn't feel I had the time to indulge in the luxury of my childhood. It was also because I hadn't yet found the Red Sox and I had lost the Dodgers, so that gap in my love of baseball fit a certain time in history when I was so busy in marches that there wasn't time to sit in baseball games.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves, Washington Nationals, 0-0 as we hit the top of the third inning. Harris, Arcia, and Anderson due up. 7, 8, 9 in the order. The southpaw goes back to work. I don't think I went over it earlier for those on radio. The Nationals are wearing their navy blue jerseys, the Nationals across the chest. The first pitch on the way to Michael Harris. Another one pitch, one out for Harris. Fly out to center field, one away. He's really become known to swing at that first pitch, and I just don't think he's getting anything to hit. So one pitch, one down, and Orlando Arcia comes to the plate. First pitch on the way to Orlando, in the dirt for a ball 1-0. Really, he really backs his next batter into the corner, especially at the beginning of the inning like this, because you don't want to swing at the first pitch and be out, because then the guy after you has to take it. The 1-0, just below the knees, but called for a strike, 1-1. Good evening, Billy. Good to see you. I think I saw Yelton in here. I was a little busy, and I think we said hi to Grandma King, but I don't remember. The 1-1, down and in, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Kelnick is okay. I see the question from Charlie. He was essentially benched tonight. Is the 2-1 pitch, down and in, ball 3-1. They have a lefty on the mound, and they just didn't see the need to run him out there with a lefty on the mound. But in a pinch, he could have played. You may see him pinch hit tonight. But I think they're just trying to give him an extra day of rest as well. The 3-1 from Parker. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, over to third, backhanded. Fires it across the infield. It's going to be a 5-3 putout. Senzel to Gallo, 2 down. Parker now just at 26 pitches. We're here in the top of the third inning. Brian Anderson comes to the plate. I think I'll be calling this guy Bandy. Bandy comes in tonight. Picked him up off the scrap heap, but he's a established veteran around Major League Baseball. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. 31-year-old out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Was drafted by the Marlins in 2014 from Arkansas. Woo Pig Suey. The 0-1. Swing, and that ball's belted into left field. It's going to die at the warning track. Probably the hardest hit ball of the night so far. Bandy flies out to left. We'll be back in a flash. Braves, Nationals, bottom of the third. Welcome back. Got another country club member added to the fray. Welcome in Mark Ricardo. First pitch from Lopez missed high and out of the zone, 1-0. He follows that up with a slider that misses down and away to Nick Senzel, 2-0. So a 2-0 right there at the knees. Good slider, 2-1. Charlie, you'll probably see us do quite a bit of football. We're going to ramp it up a little more this year as the 2-1 pitch swung on, hit high and deep into left center field, going back on the track. Probably the deepest part of the park. Michael Harris, the second, catches it on the warning track in that crevice, one away. They released the college football. Oh, thanks for the heads up on the 100 likes. Did not see that. Who was that? John, to let us know. Get that down.
Braves win! Braves win! Braves win!
Appreciate that, John. Appreciate everybody smashing the like button. Getting that sign off the screen. Century Marketing, we take down the sign. So 1-0 pitch is fouled off, 1-1. Young, the number 9 batter in the order, batting .283, the 1-1. Swing, saws that off foul. It's 1-2. They released the schedule of the college football playoffs that will take place in late December, and we're going to be bringing you some of these games. This is the 1-2 from Lopez. Righty-righty matchup. Kicks and fires. Swung on, pops it up high in the sky. Drifting over. It'll be Matt Olson waiting for that thing to come down before it brings rain to away. That was way high in the sky. So what you have is, real quick, there's going to be a game Friday night, December 20th, and then a triple header December 21st. The next round will take place on New Year's Eve. There's a game, and then there's a triple header on the 1st. This is the first pitch on the way to Abrams is out there for a strike. It's 0-1. The semifinals will take place as the 0-1 off the plate wide, 1-1. Found this interesting. The semifinals will take place Thursday, January 9th, and Friday, January 10th, with the championship on the 20th. The 1-1, swing, and fouls it away, 1-2. We'll also bring you NFL games. We did some last year, but I believe we're going to be able to ramp them up in the offseason. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by him up top, and that'll end the inning. Raylo's cruising. We head to the 4th. It's nada in the nation's capital.
Smoking meth and posting Bible quotes on Facebook does not make you a Methodist.
When I committed to Florida State, the things that happened to me and my family was unbelievable. Living in the state of Alabama, 35 minutes from Tuscaloosa. I mean, my mailbox getting beat down. Thank the Lord, Home Depot had these mailboxes you could stick in the ground. I still don't have grass that grows in my front yard at my hometown house. Somebody poisoned my grass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I smelled gasoline. Fans would send my grandmother hate mail. You going at grandma just because her grandson ain't going to Alabama?
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
With 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th inning, Derek Jeter came to bat.
Young Hun Kim trying to send this game to the 11th.
It was 4 minutes after midnight on November 1st.
Taking care of the first two here in the 10th. Jeter hits it into right. Back at the wall. Game over. Yankees win and the series is tied.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Ozzie Albies, who's 0 for 1, stands in. The first pitch on the way to Ozzie. He will now be 0 for 2 on 2 pitches that he's seen. Another lazy fly ball to center field, 1 away. Kind of in a rock and a hard place there. Ozzie's not a traditional leadoff hitter. He doesn't work the count, but neither is Harris. So what do you do with no Acuna? Acuna's main reason for being there wasn't really the working of the count, though he's gotten better. Is that when he got on, he was problems. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley is out wide. I'm going to call that a strike. I don't know about that. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty, righty. Riley 0 for 1. The pitch. In the dirt. 1-1. Yeah, we do a kickoff show for college football. That'll begin, it's actually starting early this year, August 24th. We talk NFL and college, but we have a Dolphins fan on there. That guy's always got his head in the oven. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, pops it up, high, into foul territory. Another easy out, 2 down. Mitchell Parker is 1 out away through getting through 4, and he has only thrown 32 pitches. This is the second time the Braves have seen him in a week. You'd think they'd have a better game plan. So 2 down. Hey, there's David S. It's always good to find out who y'all's other teams are. The first pitch on the way to Ozuna is swung on and bang foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. I really don't know who you put up there at the top of the lineup because none of these guys work the count other than Ozuna, but you don't want him leading off. The 0-1. Top of the zone for a strike, 0-2. The only thing I can say is if you put Ozuna on as the top of the order, he's going to work the count, and much like the way Philadelphia does it with Schwarber, he's going to get a chance to see an extra at bat. The 0-2 is in the dirt, bounces to the backstop, 1-2. I wouldn't be totally against Ozuna leading off, to be honest with you, but you would, in theory, like to have guys on. But if these guys are going to fly out with 1 pitch, you might as well put Ozuna up there at the top. The 1-2 to the Big Zoo, swung on, chopped over to third, charging in, making the play is Senzel, and it's a 5-3 putout to end the inning. Braves, once again, 3 up, 3 down. Mitchell Parker has himself perfecto here in the 4th.
In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well trained, well equipped, and battle hardened. He will fight savagely. But this is the year 1944. The tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory. We will accept nothing less than full victory.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. One thing's for sure, the college football season is going to be wide open this year. Them adding 12 teams into the playoffs. And they're already talking about expanding it to 14. I was like, you haven't even played one game of the 12-game playoff. You already got your cash registers ringing again. First pitch on the way here in the bottom of the fourth from Lopez to Thomas is a four-seam fastball. Right there on the edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Just grabs the outer edge. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Goat. The 0-2 count. Pitch on the way, down and away, 1-2. For those of y'all on radio who can't see the chat, Sean's over here talking smack about the Buffalo Bills and Florida State, and said Sean's towing the line of being blocked. The 1-2 pitch, down and away, 2-2. I know that's right. So a 2-2 count. Lane Thomas, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out in the first. He's probably the bat on this team that I get concerned about the most because he has hit the Braves so well. The 2-2. Swung on, pops it up. Back up over the first base side, well out of play. So a 2-2. Righty, the pitch on the way. Curveball misses high. Full count. Ronaldo Lopez comes set. The 43rd pitch of the night. Swing, and that ball is rifled foul and out of play, 96 miles an hour right down the pipe. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Nasty slider. Got him chasing off out of the zone, one away. One down. That'll bring Winker to the plate. Winker, 0 for 1, takes the first ball. Inside, it's a changeup. Just clips the inner part of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 96 up top. It's 0-2. Jesse Winker, by the way, coming into tonight's game, he's batting .314 against the Braves. In 31 games, 3 home runs, 27 hits, 17 RBI. The 0-2. Rifle that foul down the line. Do it again, 0-2. Got quite a few of turn back times today. Obviously, this is the 80th anniversary of D-Day. But as far as sports is concerned, got a couple of good Braves ones that I found. The 0-2. Down and in, 1-2. On this date in 1978, the Atlanta Braves select Bob Horner as their first overall pick in the June draft. Horner will make his debut just 10 days later as the 1-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball's rifled up the middle, and Winker's got himself another hit against the Braves. Winker gets the second hit of the game for the Washington Nationals. None so far for the Braves. Good hard hit balls. A hanging slider, cement mixer. He just slapped it through the hole. 10 days later, after Horner was drafted on June 6, 1978, Horner makes his major league debut, skipping minor league altogether. He hits a home run off of future Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven. First pitch on the way to Garcia is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Runner on first, 1 out. Braves in double play depth to the right of the infield. The 1-0 swung on, lifted high into left field, drifting back. Making the catch is Duvall. He'll fire it into the infield, 2 down. Winker went halfway. He'll scamper back to first. And on this date in June 6th, and I know our friend Goat will like this one, 1995, the Braves hit 5 home runs in a 17-3 win over the Cubs. Home runs, 2 by Ryan Klesko, 1 by rookie Chipper Jones, 1 by Jeff Blauser, and 1 by Javi Lopez. Klesko knocked in 6 RBIs. His first pitch on the way to Ruiz is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Klesko had 6 RBIs. The 2 home runs were his first 2 home runs of 95. Kent Merker got the win on this date in 1995. The 0-1. Lopez kicks and fires, swung on. That ball's hit high, but not very deep. Coming in, making the catch is Bandy out in right field, and that'll end the inning. So the Nats threatened, but they fail to score. We head to the top of the 5th. The Braves are getting shut out on a perfect game.
You guys, I got on the scale this morning, and let me tell you, the armor of God is heavy. Isn't it great to know that he's always there?
I woke up today, I said, you know what, I'm gonna look cute. I'm gonna actually look like a girl. I'm gonna put some makeup on. I decided to straighten my hair. Outfit trash, but you know what, we did the makeup. Class is canceled. So you mean to tell me I fought for my life for this eyeliner for nobody to see it?
Hey, I don't know who I need to talk to in order to put this in action, but I think buying groceries with no food stamps should help boost your credit score.
What is a random baby name that you 100% will be naming your kid no matter what your spouse says?
I'm going to name him Wussel, so people think he has a speech impediment.
In Game 6, Randy Johnson came through again for Arizona, and they beat New York 15-2 in Phoenix. In Game 7, for the 3rd time, Curt Schilling started for Arizona. Roger Clemens again pitched for New York.
Curt Schilling, who last night guaranteed a victory, saying we're going to win. The chance of a lifetime for Luis Gonzalez. 2-2, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded. Infield in, 1 out.
The one problem is Rivera throws inside the left-handers, and left-handers get a lot of broken bat hits into the shallow part of the outfield. That's the danger in bringing the infield in with a guy like Rivera on the mound.
There's just enough time in baseball to see tragedy or triumph headed your way. Season's over.
The Diamondbacks are world champions.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves. 0-0 your score. Matt Olson leads us off, top of the 5th. First pitch on the way is a splitter on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Olson struck out his first time up. Everybody on the Braves is 0-for. Parker has 2 strikeouts, and this is one of them. The 0-1 swung on, pops it up, high into right field. Easy catch for the right fielder, Lane Thomas. 1 down. One down. It's a turn back time for Washington, D.C. On this date, 1925 at Griffith Stadium, future Hall of Famer Eddie Collins hits a double to begin his 6th major league to become the 6th major leaguer to collect 3,000 hits. First pitch down and into Duvall misses. It's 1-0. They're going to say no. They're going to say that hit Duvall. Duvall was limping around a little bit. I thought he was joking around, but I guess it got him. He appears to be okay. So there goes the perfect game. Take another look at it. It must have been his back foot. Well, I don't see it. It might have hit his toe. Yeah, it just clipped the top of his toe as it went by. Okay. First couple of views, you couldn't see it. So Sean Murphy will come to the plate. Murphy swings at the first pitch, lifts it high, not very deep, coming in, making a sliding catch. Nifty play by Young. 2 down. Duvall was more than halfway there. He had to race back to first, but had plenty of time. Man, that's the kind of thing that if it falls, that could have started a rally. But instead, we got 1 on, 2 outs. Michael Harris, the second, coming to the plate. You'll have a lefty-lefty matchup. The first pitch on the way to Harris. It's a slider on the outer edge. It's 0-1. When Eddie Collins becomes the 6th major leaguer to collect that 3,000th hit, 1925 in Washington's Griffith Stadium, is the 0-1. Slice foul and out of play, 0-2. The 38-year-old White Sox infielder strokes the historic 2-bagger off Washington's Walter Johnson, a future inductee of Cooperstown as well. That was on this date, 1925. The 0-2 to Harris. Lefty-lefty, pitch on the way, down below the knees, 1-2. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Runner on first, 2 outs. The 1-2 from Parker, just his 44th. Swing and fouls it out of play. We'll do it again. Parker comes set. The 1-2. Kicks in, fires. Swung on, chops over to first. Should be a very easy play. It is. Gallo steps on the bag, and that'll end the inning. Well, the Braves finally get one on via the hit by pitch, but we're getting schooled here in Washington.
What are you doing? Excuse me? Are you really drinking a beer before work? You damn right I'm having a beer. What? Have you been to that job? No. Have you dealt with them idiots all day? No. Let me do me. Thank you.
Don't put your mouth on something that somebody else might touch. You're not supposed to do that. Some germs are good for you. Lots of germs are bad.
Yeah, you're damn right I'm thick. Thick of not being appreciated.
I got a PSA, and this is for everybody that's already cutting their damn grass. Cause why is you cutting your grass? Huh? Well, listen here, damn it. I'm not doing it. I'm not cutting my grass. I don't care if it's 80 degrees and beautiful out here, you hear me? I don't care. Cause it was just 39 degrees this morning. I got on long sleeves, and I'm not cutting my grass.
When I said I like it rough, I did not mean my whole life, Jesus. I didn't. I didn't. Let's sit down and have a talk for just a minute, okay there, bud? Okay? No, this ain't gonna work, my boy.
The New York Yankees, the team much of America was rooting for, had lost. Several of their stars, including Tino Martinez and Scott Brocious, moved on or retired. It would be 8 years before they would win another championship.
It's just so sad saying goodbye to everybody. I went around the room and hugged everybody, and it was just a sad way to end our relationship, basically. Even though the memories were great, that night was about as sad as it gets.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. 0-0 your score, bottom of the 5th here in Washington, D.C. The 80th anniversary of D-Day. The first pitch on the way from Lopez is swung on, pops it up. Curveball high in the zone. Riley will make the catch on the infield grass. F5 in your scorecard. One away. One down. Joey Gallo comes to the plate. Gallo 0 for 1 with the strikeout. The first pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 92 on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Braves infield is back. And to the right, Riley's essentially playing the shortstop position if you had him on a shift. So there's a huge gap. Is the 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. Huge gap on the down the third base line. The 1-1. Changeup misses down and away, 2-1. Standing on deck is Senzel. When he gets on, Young is in the hole. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. Back fouling out of play, 2-2. If everybody's cleaning when they're mad, I would think that Braves Country's houses are immaculate this year. You'd eat off the floors. The 2-2 from Lopez. Kicks and fires inside, 97 miles an hour, 3-2. A full count. The payoff pitch from Lopez, down and away. Slider misses. Gallo grabbed first on the free pass. Lopez's first walk of the night. He has 5 strikeouts, 2 hits. We've got one more turn back time, but we'll hold on to that for a couple innings. The first pitch on the way to Senzel is a 4-seam fastball. Fouled out of play. It's 0-1. On this D-Day, we've got a turn back time that involves an Atlanta Brave, a Brave and the U.S. Army. The 0-1 swing, and that ball's hammered foul down the left field side. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Remember, Senzel came out of the game last week, their minor injury, but he was back in their lineup 2 days later, so must not be feeling any ill effects. The 0-2 from Raylo. Turns around, flips it over to first. That was really close. I'm really close to singing J-Lo. You got an 0-2. Raylo 63 pitches in, so he's on a pretty good number in his own right. Not as low as Parker, but very manageable. The 0-2, kicks and fires. Fastball caught, looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Time to grab some pine, 2 away. Two down. Lopez, 65th pitch of the night, is a curveball on the outer edge for a strike to the number 9 hitter, Young. It's 0-1. You'd love to get out of this, not face the top of the order till the next inning. The 0-1, righty, kicks in, fires. Swing, fouls it straight back, 96. Slaps up against the screen, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Young 0 for 1 with the pop out. He's dangerous if he gets on. 17 steals on the year. The 0-2. The young center fielder, the pitch. 98 miles an hour. Kisses the black. Yak 'em. That'll end the inning. They put one on, but Raylo is cruising. We head to the top of the 6th.
Congratulations. You got on my nerves again today. Woo!
Okay, so here are 3 things that I think only America does. Now, the Red Cups are definitely an American thing. I've never ever seen them in the UK. I don't think they exist. When you're in America, they're in every bar, every home, every house party. They'll have Red Cups. Number 2, wearing footwear indoors. Now, I've been to a few American homes and they're completely fine with you wearing shoes inside. I don't know if this is just something in the UK we do, but we always take our shoes off before we enter the building. It surprises me every time. I mean, I still take my shoes off. It's just a habit. The last thing that I think only America does has to be taking your bank card from you. When you're paying for a meal, they will take your card away, run off somewhere in the back, put the price in, and then return with your card and a receipt. And you just kind of have to pray that they haven't added on an extra $100. We are taught back in England to never give your card to anyone. So this is something I think only America does.
Cheese dogs. Cheese dogs. That's what we have. You mean hot dogs? No, that's the one. What is a cheese dog? I've never heard of a cheese dog.
The greatest home run hitter of all time, Hank Aaron, opens trading today at the New York Stock Exchange. And the market promptly hits a home run for investors. The Dow now up 23% for the year. NASDAQ, with all its tech stocks, up an astonishing 71% for the year.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch to RC is a bending curveball. Swing and a miss. Lefty-righty matchup, it's 0-1. Parker just 46 pitches in. The 0-1. Chop foul in between home and third. 0-2. I feel like between our pitching and our hitting, we are going to see a no-hitter or maybe even a perfect game this year. I'm calling it. There's no way around it. The 0-2 pitch. In the dark, good take. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Twins and Yankees are tied at 2. That game is in the third. Marcus Stroman on the mound for the Pinstripes. The 1-2. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left center field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. It's going to go over the wall, and Orlando Arcia has a leadoff double. And hallelujah, we got a hit. He smoked that one. Into the gap. So, Mitchell Parker giving up his first hit. He'll face Brian Anderson. Bandy is 0 for 1. Takes the first pitch outside wide for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Pitch on the way. Swing, and rifles it foul off the face mask, maybe even the chest of Ruiz, the hind catcher. He's going to need a second to gather himself. I think that got him right in the face mask. Looking at the replay. No, the shoulder. It got him in the shoulder. Wow. That was a smoke job. He hung his arm down like it might have went numb. They got the training staff out there talking to him. He's trying to move his arm around. While that's going on, we'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard. Rockies and Cardinals, 0-0 in the first. Cubs and Reds, it's 3-2 Cincy in the third. Twins and Yankees 2-2 in the third. Dodgers and Pirates 4-4 knotted up in the fourth. Later on tonight, Red Sox are at the White Sox and the Diamondbacks are at the Padres. Looks like Ruiz is okay. Earlier today, Kansas City took down the Guardians 4-3. Mariners 3-0 over the A's, and the Blue Jays 6-5 over the Baltimore Orioles. Parker goes back to work. The 0-2 pitch swung on, lined to short, caught by Abrams. Arcia scatters back to second, one down. Hard hit ball, but an atom ball. I thought that one might sneak through. So one down, and we will head back to the top of the order. Ozzie Albies, who's seen 2 pitches and is 0 for 2, stands in. Lefty, righty. The first pitch on the way. First pitch taken by Ozzie. It was out of the zone, but called for a strike. It's 0-1. I don't know if home plate umpire Adam Beck just assumed that Ozzie's going to swing at everything, so went ahead and called it a strike, but that pitch was definitely out of the zone. The 0-1. In the dirt, good block by Ruiz. Arcia stays put at second, 1-1. Just need a blooper, a bleeder, a broken bat, a duck snort, anything to get Arcia home to take the lead. The 1-1. Parker comes set, kicks and fires. Curveball way outside wide, 2-1. Standing on deck is Austin Riley. The 2-1 pitch. Parker misses low with the splitter. Ball 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Ozzie Albies seen more pitches here by a long shot than he did in his first 2 at-bats. The 5th pitch of the at-bat on the way from Parker. He's going to turn around and spin him. Chase Arcia back to second. Not that he's much of a threat to go. It might just be a situation where Parker didn't like the pitch that he had picked and he wanted to reset. But it will count as a move to the base. The 3-1 from Parker. Swing, and that ball's lifted high into right center field. Making the sliding the catch is Young. But on the play, Arcia tags up and goes second to third, 2 away. So there are 2 outs. But now, a wild pitch, a balk, an error. A few more things could score the runner. Seeing this kid Young play these past couple of weeks, he's pretty good defensive glove out there. First pitch on the way to Riley, swung on, hit hard on the ground, but right at short. And Abrams loses the handle, grabs it, fires it over to first, and it's a 6-3 putout to end the inning. Riley, 1 pitch, 1 out. The Braves put 1 on, but can't get it across. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 in Washington. Welcome back. First pitch from Raylo to C.J. Abrams here in the bottom of the sixth is swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Lopez, just 68 pitches into the night. The 0-1, swung on, pops it up. Back out of play, it's 0-2. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Big gap over there on the left side of the infield. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up high and deep. Going back on the track, it's gone. Solo shot by Abrams. The Nationals lead it 1-0. He'd been just missing timing these pitches up with Raylo. He goes yard. Raylo's still at just 70 pitches. That one was about belt high and right over the plate. Just got way too much of the plate, and Abrams did not miss it. First pitch on the way from Lopez is a slider down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, fouls it back. It's 1-1. Lopez, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 earned run off the 3 hits. Parker, 1 hit allowed, just 2 strikeouts, but no walks. The 1-1 inside. Ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 from Lopez. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left field. That's going back on the track. That one's gone. A hanger. Lane Thomas once again gets the Atlanta Braves a solo shot. It's 2-0 Washington. Never ceases to amaze me how Lane Thomas turns into Michael Trout every time we see him. His 6th career home run against the Atlanta Braves. Lopez is yet to record an out here. The first pitch on the way. It's a curveball down and away. It's 1-0. Jesse Winker. We talked about this a second ago. Jesse came in today, banged .314 with 3 homers against the Braves. The 1-0. Bang foul down the first base side. It's 0-1. The 1-1. Lopez comes set. Lets her go. Well off the plate wide. 4-seam fastball. 2-1. Not sure what the Braves are doing on their screen again. Once again, when they're out of town, it's a crapshoot. But it is a 2-1 count. The pitch. Swing, and that ball is belted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Winker is on with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Lopez has already put 2 across. Given up 2, I should say. That'll bring Garcia to the mound. To the plate. If there's ever a time to go out there and talk to him, you'd think this would be it. Snicker is going to start making his way. Not Snicker, excuse me. Kranitz is going to go make his way out there. Braves trail 2-0, bottom of the 6th inning. Guess to be a good time as any to hit our last turn back time. On this date, 1940, the great Warren Spahn, who will become the winningest left-hander in Major League Baseball history with 363 victories, signs a contract with the Boston Bees, also known as the Boston Braves. Due to a clash with the manager Casey Stengel and his enlistment to the U.S. Army, the 19-year-old southpaw will have to wait 6 years before he gets his first major league win after World War II. And that's on this date in 1940, 4 years before D-Day. First pitch on the way to Garcia is going to get slapped into center field. That's down for a base hit. You got runners on first and second, nobody out. Lopez really missing his mark in this inning. So runners on first and second. Nobody out. The first pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's roasted down the first base side. It's 0-1. Ruiz, the hind catcher, who's 1 for 2 already, standing at the plate, righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Lopez fires. Swung on. That ball is hammered over to second. Ozzie Albies with a great diving catch. 1 away. Both runners get back to the base in plenty of time. Good lean and a quick dive by Ozzie to his backhand side. That kept that ball from getting slammed into the center field, which would have scored at least 1. The 1 down, and the first pitch on the way is 96 on the black. Called for a strike to Meneses. It's 0-1. Probably the best fastball he's thrown all inning. Not just velo, but also location. The 0-1. Righty-righty. Lopez lets her go. 96 right there at the knees. Probably would have been called a strike if Murphy would have framed it, but he jumped up. And I think that got the home plate umpire a little dazed and confused over there, and he called it a ball. It's 1-1. So a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider over the edge. It's 1-2. That ball was right there at the knees and in the corner. When you jump up like that, it's really difficult to get that call. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. 96 down and away, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Righty the pitch. Swing, that ball's chopped over to short. It's going to be a 6, 4, 3. Inning-ending double play. Man, did we need that one. We'll head to the top of the 7th. The heart of the Atlanta Braves order is coming to the plate, trailing by only 2.
I don't have no friends because I like to be in bed. I'm for the sheets, not the streets, baby.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, would you mind doing me a favor and putting on your mask? That'd be awesome, man.
Why are you in my car?
Are you an Uber?
No, but you're gonna go with me now.
No, wait a minute, Jesus!
Listen, if you and I are ever on the phone and you hear me say some dumb like, hey man, I'm gonna call you right back. When you hang up that phone, just go on about your day. Don't sit around holding your breath waiting on me to call you back, because you'll turn every color of the rainbow right before you meet your maker. I'm not playing. You think it's a game? The best time to call my phone is text message.
It's hard to compare errors now, but I also think that balls are go a little farther. I won't say juice. Most of the parks are smaller, but players today are bigger and stronger than before.
The ball may be juiced, and some of the players may be juiced. I was trying, in a general sense, to call attention to the fact that this stuff just doesn't make sense. And this was the part that I found especially galling. People throughout baseball who pride themselves on knowing the difference between the split second it took Bill Mazeroski to turn a double play as opposed to the average second baseman, who pride themselves on knowing when a guy's arm angle comes down ever so slightly because he's fatigued in the late innings, who notice if a guy has moved half a step in or half a step back at third base. They didn't notice a damn thing when guys showed up looking like they'd been inflated with bicycle pumps.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Third time through the lineup, time for the Braves to get some runs going. Marcell Ozuna steps in on the 0 for 2 on the day. The first pitch is a curveball well off the plate wide. It's 1-0. Parker sitting at just 59 pitches, 58 through 6 innings. The 1-0. Swing, and that ball is lifted into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The Braves got one on, nobody out. And the tying run stepping to the plate. Good piece of hitting by Ozuna. Once again, I'm starting to get on board with, man, just let him lead off. He puts the best approaches on the plate. Nobody wants to face him. He gives you an instant office to start the game. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. Is swung on and hit hard into right field. Coming over, making the catch is the right fielder, Thomas, one away. Man, I thought that might have had a little more lift. Look, when it came off the bat of Olson, it was going to carry, but died quickly. So one down. And Adam Duvall comes to the plate. Duvall, first pitch, he swings at the first thing he sees. That ball's hit high and deep, going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong. A 2-run shot. Adam Duvall with his 6th home run of the year. A hanger, a banger. She's golfing. 404 happy feet. 102 off the bat. And the Braves have tied it up. 2-2. Not for nothing, a pretty good catch in the bullpen by Aaron Bummer as well. First pitch on the way to Murphy is right there at the knees for a strike. Slider bending in. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty righty pitch on the way. Just inside. Man, I thought that was going to be called a strike, but it's not. 1-1. We'll take it. You got a 1-1 count. Sean Murphy back after just a couple of days after getting hit in the elbow. The 1-1's down and in, 2-1. He had that bursa sack on his elbow. It looked terrible. We said the swelling went down shortly after, and he's good to go tonight. So a 2-1 to Murphy. Still has yet to hit a home run this year. The pitch right there at the knees for a strike, 2-2. That's what I was going to tell you. I knew there's the Braves social media is out there telling everyone to vote for Braves for the All-Star game, and they have the nerve to come up, not just tell you to vote for him, have a poster and everything for Sean Murphy, who's batting 167, the 2-2, inside 3-2. He's missed most of the season. He's got like maybe 20 at-bats, no home runs, an OPS of 467, and they're sitting there saying, they made a poster and everything, vote for Murphy. I'm like, what are you, nuts? The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's laced over to third. It's going to be a one-hopper, 5-3 put-out, 2 down. There's not many players outside I think the only everyday player I would vote for the All-Star game would be Marcell Ozuna. I hope they take the time off, but I would definitely think Sale, Max Fried, and probably Lopez gets the nod. You could make the argument for Iglesias as well. First pitch on the way to Harris is chopped foul down the line. It's 0-1. But the idea that we should go out and vote for these guys just because they have an Atlanta Brave jersey on, I'm not doing it. I'm not voting for someone who doesn't deserve it. The 0-1. Lefty, pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Lefty. The pitch to Harris. Swung on, chopped back up the middle. Charging is Abrams. He'll get Harris by a mile, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board via the 2-run shot by Adam Duvall. We'll be back in a flash. Get up and stretch, Braves country.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. All right. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the night. Find me some peanuts, Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back on. Root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, stretch around at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Aaron Bummer's going to come on for Ronaldo Lopez, so his night is through. Lopez no chance to qualify for the win, but he won't get the loss either. We'll do his numbers here in a second. Bummer comes in with a 3.54 ERA. Starts it off lefty. The first pitch on the way. Sweeper misses inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's dribbled over to third. Riley's got it. Fires it over to first, and it's a 5-3 put out. 1 down. 1 down. That'll bring up the right-handed bat of Senzel. Nick Senzel takes the first pitch off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Senzel 0 for 2, the third baseman. The 1-0. Way outside wide. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Aaron Bummer kicks and fires right there for a strike. Outer edge cutter, 2-1. The 2-1. Bummer lets her go. Right there, 93-mile-an-hour sinker up top, 2-2. Nick Senzel flew out and struck out. Braves 2, Nats 2, bottom 7. The 2-2 offering from Aaron Bummer. Swing, and that ball's lifted down the right field side, but foul and out of play. We'll do it again. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Locomotive coming right down the line. Sit down, Joe. Aaron's fingers is so. 2 away. Man, he just brought it. I like that Aaron Bummer so much more than a lot of times you see him come in. He's just flipping frisbees up there. And I get it. He's trying to get people to roll over and hitting the ground balls. But when he's aggressive, first pitch on the way to Young is a sweeper down and in. It's 1-0. All in all, he's been a pretty good addition in the trade that we made. And have you seen what Mike Soroka's been doing? He's in the bullpen now. Is the 1-0. Right there for a strikeout on the outer edge, 1-1. Last night, the Cubs were trailing the White Sox 5-3 in the 7th. And they brought Mike Soroka in to try to hold on to that lead as the 1-1 pitch on the outer edge for a strike 1-2. I bet folks couldn't get to the betting window quick enough. He'd cough that lead up in about 6 or 7 pitches. So a 1-2 count. Bummer flips a sweeper up there. It's nowhere near the zone. Down and away, 2-2. Hunter Harvey, the right-hander, who the Braves have seen quite a bit last week, is warming up in the bullpen. The 2-2 swung on, grounded over towards the left-hand side. Riley's going to scoop it, and it's going to be 5-3 put out to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We'll grab the bats and see if we can get to Hunter Harvey, who's coming into the game.
Hey, could somebody explain to me why we can't even give away a used mattress, but we'll spend $300 a night to sleep on one at a hotel?
One of the things I really love about mine and my wife's relationship is the fact that she told me we ended up together because she manifested it. I love that, because nothing makes a fella feel better than knowing some she-shaman meddled with free will by means of witchcraft in order to find a mate. And unlike the rest of us, who have to attract people by earnestly flirting and by exercising caution in order to suppress red flags, this witch lit a sage stick and prayed to Venus for my weenus. And so there I was, sitting at a bar with my plentiful 20s, completely oblivious to the fact that I'm about to be blindsided by a Bette Midler spell that some date snake conjured up by doing crystal math and some Drew's my boo voodoo. And so I love my wife, and she is my soulmate. But I'll never know if it's me saying that or if it's some lemur demon who's got a hold of my boy loins just making me move it.
As the memory of the crippling strike of 1994 faded away, baseball's popularity surged, but rumors and suspicions about performance-enhancing drugs kept surfacing. Over the years, a few sports writers and broadcasters had tried to call attention to steroids' infiltration of the national pastime, but nothing was done, and doping became an open secret in the game.
I don't think a bunch of owners or general managers got into a room and they said, we got a great thing going here. Turnstiles are humming, fans love it, let's not do anything. I think what happened was when they were clued enough into what was happening, it was already too late without really getting their hands very dirty. Cleaning it up meant taking down the biggest players in the game. And that was an undertaking they weren't going to touch until somebody made them touch it.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Lando Arcia is coming to the plate. Hunter Harvey will start us off. Harvey comes in. The 2.08 ERA, the big right-hander fires the first pitch, 97 right down the pipe. 0-1. Orlando Arcia, Bandy, and the Wiz due up in this inning. Righty, the pitch on the way, down and away, 1-1. The 1-1 swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground to third. It's going to be a 5-3 put out. 1 away. The 1 down. Michael Harris. No, I'm sorry. This is J.P. Martinez coming to the plate. The pinch hitter. He's coming in for Bandy, Brian Anderson. So J.P. Martinez will get himself in at bat. He came in the other day against Boston. Hickey's coming out there to talk to. The only thing I can think of with this conversation with Harvey is they may not have scouted J.P. Martinez. And they're going over the scouting report real quick with Hunter Harvey. So 1 out, nobody on. Martinez, the number 9 hitter, stands in. 0 for 1 on the year. First pitch on the way to Martinez is a curveball swung on. He'll dribble it over to second. 4-3 put out, 1 away. Well, he must be learning by watching because he swings at the very first pitch and gives his at bat away. 2 down. Ozzie Albies will come to the plate. That's that great hitting coach Seitzer that we've got. He just says, hell, man, just swing at it. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is a curveball down and in. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty, lefty, open stance. Pitch on the way to Ozzie. Swing and chops it foul. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves and Nationals tied at 2 apiece. Man, that got a piece of Ruiz. He is getting beat up back there tonight. Ozzie 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a line out. The 1-1 to the Wiz. The pitch. Swings and chops that foul. Chase that one out of the zone, 1-2. The 1-2. The pitch. Down and away, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and chops it foul back behind home plate. We'll do it again. Braves 2, Nats 2. Top 8, 2 outs. The pitch from Harvey. Up high, almost gets him. You're going to check down the line. He did not go. Ball 3, 3-2. So a full count. Righty, lefty, standing on deck is Riley. The payoff pitch. Swing, and that ball's rattled down the right field line. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes Ozzie Albies. He is sliding head first into second base. And it's a 2-out double for the Wiz.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
too much of the inner part of the plate. That is Ozzy's wheelhouse on that side. Smokes it into the corner. Thomas knocked it down with his glove and then actually made that play a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. First pitch on the way to Riley is 98 up top inside. It's 1-0. Reese wanted to check down the line, but no way he went. The 1-0. Righty. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Slider of the top. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Pitch to Riley. Swing, and that ball is lifted into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Ozzy Albies. He will score, and your Atlanta Braves back on the board. Good piece of hitting by Riley, an inside-out swing. That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna takes a swing at the first pitch, powers it high and deep, going back on the track. Ding dong, that pitch is dead. 18th home run of the year for Marcell Ozuna. 442 happy feet. And your Atlanta Braves 5, Washington 2. Let's get it, baby! The Big Zoo brings Riley home, and it's 5-2 Atlanta. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson is up high for a strike. It's 0-1. Braves 5, Washington 2. The 0-1 to Olson. Swing and rifles that foul and out of play. It's 0-2. You got an 0-2 count. The pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's rifled up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. And the hit break continues. Braves finally getting to Hunter Harvey. They've seen him maybe the third or fourth time in the last calendar week. And a line drive in between second and short keeps the inning a go. Adam Duvall comes to the plate. He takes the first pitch outside for a strike. It's 0-1. Duvall, 1 for 2. He had a 2-run home run in his own right. Braves 5, Nats 2. The 0-1. Swing and fouls it back. 0-2. Ozuna 2 for 4 on the night. 2 RBI. Duvall 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Riley with the 5th RBI of the night. So an 0-2 to Duvall. Time is called. Righty. The 0-2 pitch. Kicks and fires, swings and fouls it back. We'll do it again. You got an 0-2 count. Runner on first, 2 away. The pitch. Try to get him to chase that slider down and away, 1-2. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night. Chris Sale on the bump for the Braves. The 1-2. Swing, just got a piece of it. Stay alive. Maybe a stitch or two. We'll do it again, 1-2. The 1-2. Harvey, by the way, 23 pitches. He may not be available for tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch to Duvall. Swing, and that ball's chopped over to third. High hopper, but making the throw over to second. It's going to be a 5-4 putout. Just got Olsen in time to end the inning. Just about anybody else on the roster, he'd have been safe. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 3 on the board. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Big Zoo goes yard. It's 5-2.
4:15 a.m., June 5th, 1944. Supreme Allied Commander Dwight D. Eisenhower faces a monumental decision whether or not to launch the D-Day invasion of France, the largest and most complex military invasion in human history. The invasion had been delayed for 24 hours because of an unpredictable summer storm. Eisenhower peppers his commanders with questions, going over every last detail. His naval commander worries about the condition of the seas and the high winds. Rough seas could sink the landing craft and drown the soldiers and sailors manning them. The invasion could become a disaster. His air chief fears that bad visibility from low cloud cover would lead his paratroopers to be dropped over too vast an area and then be annihilated by the Nazi forces. But Eisenhower knows that if he delays, secrecy will be difficult, if not impossible, to maintain. 150,000 troops, American, British, and Canadian, are massed along the English coast, awaiting Eisenhower's orders. Knowing that thousands, or perhaps tens of thousands of Allied soldiers will likely have to die to overcome the enemy defenses. But it has to be done. The fate of freedom in the world hangs in the balance. Okay, we'll go, he says. Now there is no turning back.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Proud of the brave, solid and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. On this D-Day, 80th anniversary, first pitch on the way from Joe Jimenez to C.J. Abrams, who leads off the inning. Is a slider right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires, slider down and in. 1-1. The 1-1 from the right-handed Jimenez. Pitch right there at the knees. Slider grabs it, 1-2. The 1-2. Down and in. Slider. Try to give that slider again. Evens up the count 2-2. Braves lead by 3. Last thing you want to do, start walking guys. Of course, Abrams went yard earlier. The 2-2. Swing, and that ball's chopped over to second. Ozzy's got it. Fires it over to first. 4-3 put out. 1 away. It's interesting. They're showing Christopher Morel hitting a home run for the Cubs, taking a 4-3 lead in Cincinnati. But what's interesting about that, he's limping around the bases. He came out of the game last night after injuring his foot. He just took one to dead center. First pitch on the way to Thomas is swung on, lifted into center field, making the catch on the run is Michael the Hawk Harris, 2 down. So 2 down. First pitch on the way to Winker, 95 right down the track, 0-1. The 0-1. Winker 2 for 3 on the day. Lets it go. Change up. Just kisses the outer edge, 0-2. 442-foot blast if you're just joining us for Marcell Ozuna. As the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. JJ comes in and absolutely clears the deck. We'll head to the top of the 9th inning, leading 5-2.
You know why no one's loyal and everybody talks? Because people need to get punched in the mouth again. It's crazy how a good punch to the mouth will adjust somebody's attitude.
Look at that baby there with all them big kids. Baby can't talk. Some babies can talk. Okay, up, come on, sit down. Okay, up, come on, sit down. Where did you learn that at? From school. From the TV too. Stand up, turn around, sit down. You learned that from school. Uh-huh, me too. Who told you that? Did the TV tell you that?
In May of 2002, Jose Canseco, who would later claim that without steroids, he would have never even made it to the major leagues, retired from baseball with 462 home runs. He told the press that 85% of major leaguers were taking steroids. There would be no baseball left, Canseco insisted, if we drug tested everyone, but hardly anyone took his claims seriously. Then, a few weeks later, Sports Illustrated published a cover story by Tom Verducci, which described players taking a wide range of performance-enhancing drugs. In the article, former Padres third baseman Ken Caminiti confessed that he had taken heavy doses of steroids for years, beginning in 1996, when he had been named the National League's most valuable player.
And what really struck me was, first of all, the responsibility that he took for his own career, but also the fact that he had no remorse whatsoever. And that's when it really hit home to me that it was so pervasive in the game that given the choice, he would do it again.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Jacob Barnes is going to come in. Barnes, 4.82 ERA. Coming in, bit of a mop-up role. Nats would like to keep the game where it's at, 5-2 here in the top of the 9th. Sean Murphy leads us off. First pitch on the way to Murph is a 91-mile-an-hour cutter off the edge. It's 0-1. Welcome to the Country Club, Darrell, via the GOAT. The 1-0 pitch is well out of the zone, too. So a 2-0 count. Righty. Barnes comes set the pitch. Swung on, chopped foul down the third base line. 2-1. The 2-1. Barnes lets her fly. Swing, and that ball's grounded over to short. Abrams has it. Plenty of time. 6-3 put out. One away. If you missed the talk at the beginning of the game, Schwellenbach will get another start, it looks like. He's slated to pitch on Tuesday in Baltimore. We'll have to see how that goes. And that's not an easy offense, we know, to go against. So he's really being put against the fire. First pitch on the way to Harris is a four-seam fastball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Braves come into today 4.5 games in front of the second wild card. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. That would be the Chicago Cubs that are behind the Braves. Then there's a log jam the next 5 or 6 teams. The 1-1 pitch swung on, chopped over towards first. Foul, 1-2. Man, Dodgers 11-4 over the Pirates. That game's in the 6th. Yankees 7-2 over the Twins in the 5th. Cubs and Reds 4-4 in the 6th. So we need Cincinnati to get some wins. The 1-2. Swing, and that ball's golfed down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. And that ball is just foul. I mean, just foul. It missed the post by a matter of inches as it went by. So a 1-2 to Harris. He's 0 for 3. The pitch. Swing. Chop foul. First base dugout. We'll do it again. The wild card once again looks like this. The Braves have the top position, 4.5 from the Cubs, 5 in front of San Diego. And then the last team outside looking in is the Cardinals, 5.5 behind Atlanta. The 1-2. Swing, and that ball's hit on the ground over to second. Charging it, scooping it, glove to glove, 4-3 putout. Nifty play by Garcia, 2 down. San Francisco's right behind that. They are 6 behind Atlanta in 5th place of the wild card. Pittsburgh came in today 6 back as well, although they are losing by a lot to L.A. And then Arizona and Cincinnati are both 6.5. Washington's 8 behind Atlanta. They would drop to 9 if this holds. First pitch on the way to Orlando Arcia is swatted foul and out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. The pitch. 89 just misses outside cutter. 1-1. Eyeglasses is warming up in the bullpen. He appears to be set. The 1-1. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. Ball 2, 2-1. Lando Arcia, 1 for 3 with a double in the 6th. The 2-1 to Orlando. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. Ball 3, 3-1. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Cutter down and away. Two down. Arcia, the number 8 hitter, nobody on. A full count. Barnes with the payoff pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. Arcia got the fastball in the inner cut. Think he was looking for the off speed. That'll end the inning. He's got something to say to home plate umpire Adam Beck, but that was a good call. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Diabolical. Call the police. This has got to be illegal. Listen, oatmeal, cereal, bacon and eggs, biscuits and gravy. These are breakfast foods, okay? Don't you ever hand me a hot dog at 6 o'clock in the morning talking about, you want breakfast? Because I will feed you a knuckle sandwich for your breakfast, okay? I will punch you in your chest.
For those out there that wanted to know, I'm going to go ahead and address that.
I'd love to hear it.
Tyler Matzik was throwing 1,000 miles an hour. He was throwing rise balls at 1,000, and he was throwing it right down the middle, and nobody could hit it.
Never seen something like that. It was unbelievable.
Look, listen, I tried, y'all.
I remember you struck out, you hit your bat.
Yeah, you know what's coming. Fastball. That's what it's doing. And he was letting that thing rip, man, and it was coming in hot.
You a rapper. You're mediocre. You're nobody. Rappers are nobodies. You didn't know that? They don't write they. You don't make your beat. You look at a phone.
They came to an agreement about a drug testing policy that had so many holes in it that there was no way a player, unless he is just dumb as a rock, was going to fail under the guidelines that they set forth.
And that's been the question. Is it possible to have a renaissance and a calamity at the same time? It all depends on what your barometer is. What is your measure? If your measure is money, and only money, then yeah, it was possible because people in this game made more money than ever. But if your barometer is something more than that, if your barometer is integrity, is in having people look at you and believing in your sport, not just going to the games, but believing in your sport, then it's not possible.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Eyeglasses enters the game. Raciel Iglesias is set to face the middle of the order. Garcia, Ruiz, and Meneses are due up. First pitch on the way from Iglesias is a fastball, 95 right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on, banged over to the shortstop side, making a good play after knocking it down. Arcia .6-3 on the putout, 1 down. So 1 down. First pitch from Iglesias is swung on, lifted high into center field, coming over, making the catch on the run is Michael the Hawk Harris. 2 away. 75% of the earth covered by water, the other 25 by Michael the Hawk Harris. That ball was dying fast. He got a good jump on it. It's one thing you cannot question is why is Harris always in the lineup when he's struggling at the plate? Man, that guy can play center field. First pitch on the way to Meneses is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. Righty, the pitch. 96 up top. Man, I thought he was going to get that call. 1-2. The 1-2. Down and away. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Raziel lets her fly. Swung on and fouled back out of play. For those of y'all NBA fans, they're still just in the first quarter. Boston leads Dallas 21-15. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped over to short. Arcia's got it. Fires it across the diamond. 6-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game, and your Atlanta Braves 5. The Washington Nationals 2. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. Game ball. I think this is a no-doubter. It goes to Marcell Ozuna. Marcell Ozuna, only guy in the lineup who had 2 hits. He went 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 RBI, lifting his batting average to .312. His OPS is now a shiny 1,000. Special nod to Duvall, who went 1 for 3 with the run scored and 2 RBI on his 2-run home run. And Riley chipped in, going 1 for 4 with an RBI. He scored a run. Ozzie scored a run as well, going 1 for 4. The Atlanta Braves 5, Washington 2. We will see you tomorrow night. Enjoy the NBA Finals as the Atlanta Braves go to now 10 games over 500. They are also now 9 games in front of Washington in the divisional race. They will move up to 7.5 games behind the Phillies, but I'm not concerned with that right now. I just want to see them start playing good baseball. We'll let the chips fall where they may. We continue to play good baseball. The Atlanta Braves will make a run at those Phillies. And remember, we still have 9 more games against them. Braves 5, Nationals 2. That's your final. Y'all have a great night, Braves country.